European leaders to gather in Paris for an emergency Ukraine summit as the US looks to exclude the continent from peace talks. Thousands protest outside the Munich Security Conference venue demanding politicians prioritize peace over war. A 2-year-old girl and her mother have died 2 days after they were critically injured in the Munich car ramming attack. A 23-year-old man stabbed 6 people, killing a 14-year-old boy and injuring 5 other men in the southern Austrian city of Villach. European leaders are set to gather in Paris for an emergency summit on the war in Ukraine to discuss recent developments next week. The summit aims to discuss Europe's response as the United States looks to move ahead with Russia peace talks. Over the past few days, Washington has made clear its desire to broker a peace deal in Ukraine, but has ruled out including Europe in the negotiations. The development has angered European leaders who say no lasting peace can be achieved without European involvement. The summit has not yet been officially confirmed, but European officials at the Munich Security Conference have hinted at it likely happening on Monday. Washington's decision to exclude Europe comes despite Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky's insistence on the involvement of Brussels. Speaking at the conference in Germany, he called for the formation of a European army. Zelensky says the days where Europe can rely on the US are over, arguing that the continent must reduce its reliance on anyone but itself. Thousands of protesters demonstrated against the Munich Security Conference in Germany, calling on politicians to prioritize peace over war. Demonstrators rallied against NATO, the arms industry, and further weapons deliveries to Ukraine, which has been fending off Russian aggression for almost 3 years. Protesters also voiced their objection to the planned stationing of U.S. medium-range missiles in Germany from 2026. Some 5,000 police officers were reportedly deployed to secure the vicinity. Police sources say more than 2,500 protesters participated in the rallies, adding that there were no incidents or violence. They also say that the turnout was lower than anticipated, and say Thursday's vehicle ramming attack against a protest in the city may have impacted that. A separate protest also took place in support of Ukraine. Participants of that protest urged politicians to continue financially and militarily supporting Kyiv in its fight against Moscow. A 2-year-old girl and her mother have died 2 days after they were injured in the car ramming attack on a union protest in the German city of Munich. On Thursday, a 24-year-old Afghan national was immediately arrested after driving a car into a crowd of people. Authorities said at the time that 39 people were injured, 2 of which were in critical condition. Prosecutors say the Afghan man appears to have had an Islamic extremist motive, but no evidence pointed towards his involvement with any radical networks. It was the 5th in a string of attacks involving immigrants over the past 9 months in Germany. It also came just over a week before the country holds its federal elections, with immigration being one of the forefront issues. Immigration debates have paved the way for Germany's far right to make significant gains politically. The Alternative for Germany party, which promises to crack down on immigration, is currently projected to win around 20% of next week's vote. A 23-year-old man stabbed 6 people in the southern Austrian city of Villach, killing a 14-year-old boy. 5 other men were injured in the attacks, with at least 2 of them sustaining critical injuries. Police say the attacker, who is a Syrian national with legal residence in Austria, started to attack passers-by on the street. Authorities are still investigating the motives behind the attack. It's not yet clear whether the attacker acted alone. Austria's far-right leader Herbert Kickl expressed anger at the attack and highlighted the need to reform the immigration system. Kickl has often expressed desire to crack down on immigration and asylum applications. Austria's foreign ministry says that almost 25,000 asylum applications were received in 2024. Syrian nationals constituted the largest group, followed by Afghans.